Recycling the material to benefit the crew, Katrina corrected. She sat down in the chair next to the bed, as if keeping vigil. She didn't look away from her own bruised face. Joanna deposited her tablet on a cart and picked up a notebook, not moving too quickly. Katrina hadn't attempted to touch the body, not yet anyway. She gave Joanna an irritated glance when she arrived. "Paper?" she asked. "Considering where the last logs ended up, I think it's safest," Joanna said. "I'm backing them up verbally, but for now I'm not putting any data into that computer. Does Wolfgang have the rest of the ship under control?" "As much as we can." "Are you all right, Captain?" Joanna asked. "Absolutely," Katrina said. "Have you slept?" "No." "Captain, you know you need to sleep. The new body needs a lot of food and rest. In lieu of food, you should rest for at least a little while," Joanna said. "You're not resting," Katrina said. Joanna shrugged. She wasn't about to tell the captain that she had pressing matters, while Katrina didn't. "How long do we let her sit in a coma before we get rid of it?" Joanna noted how Katrina easily switched pronouns, but didn't mention it. "Things have been too chaotic to make that kind of decision. But I expect she'll be here for the next week at least. You are not to bother her while she recovers," she added. "What are you going to do to keep me out?" Katrina asked. She sounded interested, not challenging. "I hope you will respect my authority in the med bay. Beyond that, I suppose I'll have to lock the door. Beyond that, I will talk to Wolfgang." She expected Katrina to laugh, but instead she nodded thoughtfully. "That's a good plan. Still, I could just kill it right now." "With me right here?" Katrina snorted. "Please. I could grab it and be out the door to the recycler before you could turn that chair around." Joanna had experienced over 200 years and several lives, and comments like that still hurt. She supposed they always would. She smoothed the sheet flat below the clone's restraints. "Why didn't you do it before now, when you had lots of chances?" Katrina didn't answer. "All right then, go ahead." Joanna held her breath, wondering if the captain would call her bluff. "You're stronger than I thought," Katrina said, and leaned back in her chair, putting her hands behind her head. They sat in silence, and Joanna gradually felt the tension in her chest subside. Katrina had been right. Joanna would never take her in a test of physical strength. Joanna broke the silence. "Did you ever think it was a mistake, making it so cheap to clone?" "What?" Katrina said, startled. "Where did that come from?" "Life became so cheap," Joanna said. "Euthanize yourself and just skip over terminal illness. Rage kiddies inventing impossible sports, taking massive risks with their lives, because who cares? The law is even on your side with your desire just to throw this living woman into the recycler." She gestured to the body in front of them. "I see," Katrina said, looking up at the slightly curved ceiling. "But life was always cheap, wasn't it? People stabbed each other for video game loot, shot each other for traffic violations, political assassinations, corporate assassinations. I think cloning actually made us appreciate it more because it was in plentiful supply. Did you hear about the corporate assassinations in Latin America in the years around 2330? People would pay assassins to bump off clones at parties. They called it an inconvenience. Embarrassing in some social circles. The most regrettable thing that happened was that you missed a good party. Maybe got some blood on a dress. People would go to a party, die, and then wake up the next day figuring it had to have been a pretty exciting night." Joanna nodded, remembering. "In America, we called those killings the worst hangover. Highly illegal, technically murder. Strangely enough, once cloning was cheap enough, gang violence was almost eradicated. The thrill of taking a life wasn't there anymore. And the kids had to get more creative with their revenge. The Latino assassins had their own codes, you know. No torture, no fear, and definitely no killing regular humans." "How civilized," Joanna said dryly. "The codes were important. I've been on the front lines in wars, Joanna. I saw combat. I killed people. Humans. I have seen the senseless waste of life before and after becoming a clone. And yet I've never wanted to kill anything or anyone more than this person right here." Joanna slowly wheeled to face her. "I can't pretend I know what you're going through, Captain. But why do you hate her so much?" Katrina leaned forward and glared at her own face.